All right, all right. Let's move this chair to the side. Let's see if I can stand up for most of this stream. It's been a month, everybody. What is good? Cause I'm a fury. Uh, what a troubling time we're living in, ain't we? Hey, but you ain't hear that from me. You always hear from me. Why I said that? That sound like a living color now. Anyway, what's good? Good evening. It's been a month. I ever look. It's funny when I went to update the description of this live stream. I saw the last live stream I did was January 26th. So and here we are, 1 month later, exact to the date. Just by random, I just wanted to come on. I gotta go to work tomorrow at my other job, but I was off today from 911 here, where it's crazy, you know. So what's good? Come on in, people. I don't know. I don't have a big audience, so I'm just gonna get started right now. And I kid you not, y'all. It's been troubling times lately. I mean, to the fact that I'm just questioning why do I do what I do for a living? And that question always comes up. And it's like I made a conscious decision to actually, how can we say, take precautions because of the field I'm in. As you all know, which I always say, what I do for a living, I can't afford to be playing Russian roulette with my health and stuff. And I noticed when I got a lot of pushback from one of my subscribers about me getting the Moderna vaccination, a lot of the things that I was hearing about it is that it was this one, it's that one, and it's been different vaccinations that I didn't trust. I waited for one that fits me, one that didn't have the Australian HIV in it, like that had like the strands to protect and give you false positives. That's not what all the tests is about. I've even did videos to break down basically people's adverse reactions is because you've been sick or you are sick and don't know it. You can't go get the shot. Get tested before you get any vaccinations if you're ever going to think about doing that. So I kid you not. And then people like, it puts COVID in your system. No, it don't. It doesn't put it in it in the way you think. Hey, yo, what's good? What is good? What is good? So a lot of people had this whole misconception about it, about me and getting this vaccination. I'm like, bruh, if you work 911 most of the days out of the week, or medical, just EMS, I ain't got time to be playing with people like that. I got to look after me. I don't do what I do to, yeah, you're right. People did get scared, man. People gotta understand about the internet. There's something for everybody on the internet, right, Ao? It's always something for everybody on the internet, meaning if you believe in something, you go to the internet and you find people who believe the same thing or are saying the same thing inside your head. And then if you find a kindred spirit and somebody that says what you believe, you're going to rock with that person. This is the problem with a lot of black people just in general. That's skepticism. They look for people to feed the skepticism rather than do research and do what's best for them. And like I said in my video, a lot of people up there in the government and healthcare, they know what they're doing. They put shit out there for us, for everybody to take advantage of, but they bank on black skepticism to keep black people in the place that they are right now. They're not wanting to take care of themselves the way they should. And they know COVID is going to get us more than anything. And this is not some conspiracy theory saying, oh my God, it's conspiracy. He talking. No, this is because if you got pre-existing health conditions, you're more susceptible. I don't care if you're white. I don't care if you're black. I don't care if you're from planet Venus. If you have existing health conditions that COVID-19 feeds off of, you're going to get it. Yeah, somebody said that also, that it got chips in it. There's no chips in that damn vaccination. Why would they got put 2 chips in me? Because I have to get 1 shot, and then I got to get round 2 a month later, which I just got done Tuesday. I just got round 2 done. No side effects for me. No, oh my God, I got fever, I got all this. And that, you know why? You know why my friend Evie got it and I didn't get it? Because Evie is overweight. She's 5 foot tall and she's overweight for her size, and she isn't the healthiest person. She'll tell you that herself. Versus me, I'm not, oh my God, I'm not like, oh my God, I'm He-Man or anything. It's the fact that I have a decent diet. I intermittently fast now. I start doing that again and stuff. So there's a couple things that keep you healthy. And I take supplements. I take BCAAs. I don't take anything like medications. I take like peppermint oil. I take like BCAAs, Garcinia, things to help with my stomach, to help cope with that, because I have a very sensitive stomach. So I take things of that nature. I take turmeric to get rid of inflammation. There's a couple things, natural things that I take to help. So I'm doing good. A lot of people don't have that whole thing where they're like, okay, I'm good. I'm gonna get the shot. America is the unhealthiest country. Well, them in Mexico been fighting neck to neck when it comes to overweight people. The United States and Mexico are 2 of the fattest countries in the world. It is what it is. It's the truth. I'm not making this up. You can look it up yourself. So imagine COVID-19, which is a virus that feeds off of people who have obesity, hypertension, diabetes, which comes usually with obesity, usually the hypertension and diabetes, or being black. Hypertension is just natural for us. And a lot of people don't understand that. That's soul food. You gotta lay off that shit. It ain't like, oh my God, I gotta be deprived of everything. No, it's moderation. You can enjoy anything you want in moderation, and guess what? You'll be fine. But when you overdo it and you putting salt all up in your goddamn your collard greens, you got too much salt in your macaroni and cheese, you got too much salt in this, that, and the fourth. And a lot of people don't understand. Just because your food ain't got salt in it doesn't mean it doesn't have a high level of sodium. And you'll get the same effects. I had a lady yesterday as a patient, and the doctor called us from the doctor's office a couple blocks from where I live. Yep, eat more potato. Stop eating that salt. Natural sugars, mess with fruit more than you mess with candy. You'll be good if you need a sugar kick. Good. A little note to know: blueberries help curb your sugar cravings, and cinnamon is good for your blood sugar. Not making this up. But anyway, I got a call, y'all, yesterday. Yesterday, I got a call, and it was to pick up a lady from her doctor's clinic, a doctor's office, a couple blocks from where I live, just in that direction, which is, to me, it's going into basically Bayonne, heading towards that direction. Anyway, I got a call there. He said her blood pressure was high. And the thing is, she was able to walk around. She wasn't like, oh my God. She just forgot to take her medication one day. One day, y'all. Do you know what that means? She forgot to take her medication. A 68-year-old, 5'1" black woman. Same size, almost same age and size as my mother. Okay? She forgot to take her medication one day, and that's, you know what that tells you? If she forgot to take it one day and her blood pressure went that high, that means 2 things, possibly. She's not eating right, number 1, or number 2, she needs better medication. So I'm going to go with better medication on this one because there's no way you miss one. You've been on top of it. You stay on top of your medications and you take them every day. And your granddaughter that's with you concurs that and even say yes. You take it, but you miss it one day, and this is what happened. So you want to know when I palpated, when I put the blood pressure cuff on her, and I did her blood pressure, because I had the paramedics right there, and the paramedics was like, check her, get her BP, and see if y'all need us or not. Okay, because this is how paramedics work. If it's under 178, she's good to go. So, guess what her blood pressure was at the scene? Take a guess. Like, I'm looking at the comment section. Give me a ballpark range of what you think her blood pressure was at. If you know how to read blood pressures, or if you are familiar with the blood pressure, what's the average blood pressure? What's the good range for a person? Blood pressure range. Don't be shy. Put it in the comment section if you're watching this. Just take a guess. This is Judge Free Zone. If you're not into the medical field, I'm fine with it. Just take a guess. What her blood pressure was at? Okay, AO. It was 300 over 120. First off, the average blood pressure is 120 over 80. Okay? In that range. That's what they said. That's perfect blood pressure. The 120s and the 80s, not 120, 80 perfect. The 120 range and the 80 range. This woman, for an elderly person, 160 over there, but 120 over 80, that 160 is kind of hypotensive. So she was at 300. When I put that cuff on her and I put my stethoscope in right here in her brachial artery, and I listen, as soon the highest it goes up to is 350 on the sphygmomanometer. When you're looking at the sphygmomanometer, it goes up to 350. The moment the needle moved to the 300 mark, I can hear it in my stethoscope, and you can see the needle jumping, and it's rapid. Like, hey, Chris, how you doing? That rapid heartbeat, but on the outside, there's no, oh my God, my chest hurt. I don't know, I feel so weak. She was fine. Like, from the outside, she was, and then when the paramedics got there, she got laid down on the stretcher, she was about 240 over 120. And then the next trending was 235 over 120 something. Her blood pressure was ridiculously high, and this is a black woman. These are the type of people like her who are susceptible to COVID-19 more than anybody. Because if it gets in your system, I believe this, it's in the community. Now, it's the question of whose immune system puts up with that. And people are like, oh, your immune system can fix everything. No, nah. You got people like her walking around. That's my point. I was telling you about her. You got people like her walking around. You got people who are elderly who already got compromised. Hey, what's going on, Mike? Who got compromised systems, who are elderly. Then you got people who are just normal, everyday people, young, like in the age range, my age range, about late 30s. Well, I'm 42, but people approaching their 40s to their mid to late 40s, and you got people like that who have weak immune systems, or they have existing health conditions that I described, which are like I said, hypertension, respiratory issues like asthma, diabetes and obesity. Oh my God, those are the. Okay, I did a video about a couple weeks ago called "I Lost One," and when I did that video about losing one, this young man was 33 years old. I'm glad I forgot the names because I'm not at liberty to say the names. Okay, He was a 33-year-old male. Everybody in his house, his mother, his dad, his two siblings, his brother and sister, at one point had COVID-19. And he was afraid to go to the hospital, y'all. He was afraid to go to the hospital, but he was getting worse. Okay, so we get a call, and it's a full-on CAG, cardiac arrest grade. You know, when the EMS get there with when BLS, I'm BLS, basic life services. Paramedics are advanced life services. They basically, they're medics. They do more than what nurses do, but nurses get paid insanely and a lot more, which makes no sense to me. So once the paramedics are required ALS on any cardiac arrest. So we get there, and he's going cold already. You can see the lividity starting, and we get there. I start to put the airways in him, get the BVM on him, put the AED on him, the pad here and the pad here, and we doing all this, and the paramedics show up. The paramedics give him a couple of shots of epinephrine to try to get the heart started with the AED and stuff. And with our portable AED, they take it out because their monitors do blood pressure, it does EKG, it does defibrillating shock. They monitors that they on the CADs. If you ever seen the paramedics monitor, it does all this other stuff. It counts their pulse ox, all that. And you know, EKG is an echocardiogram, and it takes a picture of your heart basically. And paramedics can read charts, and they know how the waves dip and what that means, what's an anomaly, stuff that I don't know. Stuff I would love to know one day. I'm actually gonna take up, I'm actually thinking about becoming a paramedic, even though paramedics or a nurse, one or the other, but I want to know how to read an EKG and stuff and see if I can master that first before I take a big foot into those doors. So anyway, young man, 33 years old, full-on cardiac arrest, and the COVID ravaged his lungs. Unfortunately, it put him into cardiac arrest, and he's no longer with us. And his mom was like, he was gonna go. He was gonna make him finally go. And the day before they can make him finally go, he's had it for 3 weeks. See, not everybody can fight this off. So yes, I know it's out there and it's in the neighborhood and stuff. Not everybody got the immune system for it. If that's the case, we all be fine, right? Right? It's not the case, y'all. It's not. We got people at home trying to quarantine, and they're not getting better. They're getting worse. And the majority of them are in the elderly range. Then we got people who can get over it in like 2 weeks. And I'm telling you, the healthier you are, you can be one of those people. I'm not even joking about that, y'all. That's why I push health. And not be like, I'm not perfect and I'm not like all this, like, yes, and you got to eat a T-Crest sandwich and you got to exercise militantly. No, I haven't exercised at the gym in like a month and some change. I've been working like my body and my shoulders start to ache. You got to listen to your body. So I'm not one of those type of people, but still in all, you think, brothers, people, you think that my significant other to be, you think I'm just going to accept her just being built like Lizzo? Yeah, let's get into that. Let's get into that. How it's ridiculous. It's crazy that character, connection, and personality only comes out of a woman's mouth when she doesn't physically fit the bill. Tell me I'm wrong. I'll wait. Tell me I'm wrong. That it only comes down to being about character, personality, and connection when she doesn't fit the bill, when she physically don't fit the bill. That's when you start to see. Tell me I'm wrong. A guy, we don't have luxury for something like that. We don't. We don't have the luxury to say something like that. We pick ourselves up by the bootstraps. Unless you become an incel, and then you want to blame all women. Because there's a difference between being involuntarily celibate, meaning, yo, I'm not fucking around with it. I'm not having sex with females until I'm in a relationship. I'm not doing that. That's involuntarily, no. I'm sorry. That's voluntarily celibate. Involuntarily celibate, meaning, okay, you might still think that you don't mess around when you're not in relationships, but you can't get in a relationship to save your life, meaning it's just not happening. You have standards. Maybe to a degree, I might just be one of those. But I got standards. No, I'm not. I'm sorry. I'm a Mr. One-Nighter if I need to be. If that's what she want, no relationship attached, I got need, she got need, yeah, it's a difference. Okay, I get that. As long as I am careful, yes. Some guys don't believe in that. Some guys be like, you know what? No, I'm a relationship type of person when it comes to intimacy. So if I can't get in a relationship right now, we ain't having nothing. There's so many grades to this. But anyway, back on subject, a lot of people don't have any standards, especially where I come from. Men that look like me, our standards is like down here. Our standards in the toilet, like collectively. And it's been years of us, unfortunately, a lot of black men have been, how can we say, a lot of us have been indoctrinated to take this as the normalcy because we grew up, we have obese mothers for the most, a lot of us have obese mothers. We have obese aunties, obese grandmothers and stuff. So it's been normalized to us. I'm different, y'all. I have a few cousins. That's their style of woman. That's what they like. Not my black ass. So I guess I'm the black sheep of the family. No, I'm good. I'm good. And even my own sister at the time used to question everything I've said. Why am I like this? And for the longest time, I didn't realize why she was so defensive. It's because she too is what I described was. So she took some steps. She changed some things in her life, had some procedures done. And I'm like, you know what? Okay, whatever makes you feel happy. I'm not judging. My thing is, you have to be ready. You can't go and get vacuumed out and get bands put on you if you're not ready to make that lifestyle change. Otherwise, it's a quick fix-up. It's nothing but a quick fix-upper. You're not mentally ready. This is why I'm against women getting surgeries to get bodies that they haven't earned or worked hard for. Feel me on that one, y'all? How you feel? You like a naturally beautiful, shapely woman, or you like a woman who got surgery and it looks unnatural? Which one is your preference? Tell me in the comment section. Meanwhile, I'm going to go grab a beverage real quick from over there, and we're going to continue chopping it up. All right. Hey, Piggy, stay. And I'm coming back. You like it natural, right? Exactly. I had to grab my Interboro L. Okay, this is gin and tonic. I always talk about these on the channel. But yeah, they don't pay me no advertising money. I just like Interboro L. They're Brooklyn. Next from over in Brooklyn. All right. Stay. All right, so let's keep going. And you said, Chris, let me read the comments right here. Comments. If they got a quick fix, but they keep the same habits, they just, yes. Yes. That's exactly what I'm talking about. They're just going to end up right back then. It's just a matter of when. Like this one girl that was interested in me, she had it done. And I asked her, does she go to the gym? She said, no, I don't believe in that type of lifestyle. I'm like, well. And it's been awkward ever since. And I've stopped talking to her altogether. How you got all of that vacuumed out of you? Well, not vacuum. You got the lap band surgery done, gastric bypass, and you don't want to get yourself in shape. So I'm supposed to just love the fact that you got all that loose skin hanging off of you. And people like, you know what, that's mean. Fuck that. It might be mean. But if you ain't let yourself get like that in the first place, you wouldn't have these problems. But I digress. A lot of people, it's like a lot of, and back to what I'm saying, a lot of brothers, we've been indoctrinated to put up with that. Having big women as the normal in the black community. That a lot of them don't, oh, big women need loving too. I'm like, nah, from our black ass, you know how I can't have this conversation that I'm having. I can't have this regular, I can't let these thoughts out to other black men on the regular. You know why? Because a lot of them support or they bone women like that on the regular and they see nothing wrong with it. And I'm like, yo, look, I'm not attacking her. I'm not assassinating her and saying I hate people like this. It's not about hate. This ain't no hate speech. Never was. This is about preference. She can be like, okay, Kareem, you're 6 foot tall. I like dudes that's a 6'3" or better. And I'm looking at her like, bitch, you only 5'2". But anyway, okay. That's what you like? All right, fine. She can like whatever she wanna like. That's how it comes across. She can like whatever she wanna like, but if she's not unconditionally liked, it's a fucking problem. Hey, what's going on, y'all? What up? What up? Yeah, it's I see what you're talking about, yo. But it's a difference. It's like, yo, a lot of people don't understand. I'm like, I'm just 6 foot, maybe 200 pounds close to. I don't like a woman who weighs more than me. Not for vanity issues, for the fact that women shouldn't be built. And they carry weight differently. It's not like, okay, I'm dealing with a woman that's 6 foot, 170 pounds. No, that would be fine. She's on the tall side. It's all about where it falls. Now, in the meantime, that don't mean I want a woman that's built like Charlotte Flair. You know, that's just a stick and she's all muscular, upper body, no hips. I don't want a woman built like that. You know, when you tell a black woman that you want a woman that's in shape, she automatically tries to find something to shame you on it. That's a hard woman. Who wants to lay down with a hard woman? That's some shit my ex-girlfriend used to say. Who wants to lay down with a hard woman? I was like, girl, you can't curl a 5-pound dumbbell. And I kid you not. I'm not making this up, y'all. She could not curl a 5-pound dumbbell. There's no punchline. There's no punchline in that. I'm dead fucking serious. She could not curl a 5-pound without it hurt. But I'm not fat. I don't need to go to the gym. You can't. You can't even curl a weight. You can't even do a push-up. You can't do one fucking push-up. And you telling me just because you aren't obese, you ain't gonna go, you don't feel like you gotta go to the gym. Let me see if I can find you, son. What's the woman there? I think her name was, what's her name? Simone, B. Simone. Have you guys heard what B Simone said, y'all? Like, put it in the comment section on if you say yes or no or who. Well, anyway, B Simone is this black woman who actually put out a video that went viral about how a lot of women want all these ridiculous things from men, but they aren't half the things that they demand from a man. Yeah, I'm in that same ball range, absolute. I don't want I don't want a bony girl, but I don't want a big girl. You know the thing that always kills me? Well, B Simone anyway said these things, and she was like, let me see if I can play it for you. The audio of it. Give me 1 second. And they got a lot of sisters in their feelings. Because B Simone is kind of ratchet herself, but she's from one of these shows and she said something. I forgot, they got people in their feelings. She a YouTube personality, a reality TV star. I'm trying to find a video that got people in their feelings. Let me see. Goes viral. Give me 1 second. Happy Valentine's Day. Just give it a second. I know I told you she ratchet, but listen.
I will be your little boo for today because you don't need to be lonely. But I'm gonna start a little love challenge because you already know we manifested.
Let's see if I can find it.
A list of things. You gotta be tall, you gotta be dark, you gotta be handsome, you gotta have pretty teeth, you gotta be a family man, you gotta be financially stable, you gotta be rich, you gotta be successful, you gotta be all these things. And we ain't even half the things on that list. You gotta be a family man. Bitch, you ain't talked to your mama in 6 months, but you want him to be a family man. You gotta be financially stable. Your account is in the negative, ma'am. Overdraft fees. You gotta have a job. You need to go fill out some applications because you're still unemployed. You gotta have pretty teeth. You ain't seen a dentist in 6 years. You gotta have a six-pack and be in shape. You can't even walk up a flight of stairs without huffing and puffing. Get your life together. This whole list that he gotta be. You ain't even half the things on that list. So this is what I challenge you to do. So we can manifest love all 2021. Make that list of that perfect dream man that you got in your mind. Then, what I did, make a list
Not lying.
of the type of woman he would need right by his side. You want him to be in shape? You need to get to the gym. Equally yoked, bitch. You want him to be financially stable? Well, you need to start saving. Because you can't keep a dime to your name. Huh? You want him to be a family man? Call your mama. You become a family woman. Heal your traumas before you put all this shit on him. You want him to be patient. Bitch, your patience is thin. You want him to be understanding. You the least understanding person in your circle of friends. But he gotta be understanding. Fixing you.
And you know, that brings up a point. You see, this is what I'm talking about. A lot of them date for the wrong reasons and look for men to complete them. I ain't looking for no woman to complete me. I'm really in it. I'm not looking for somebody to complete me. When I hear these things, it's like, oh my, you complete me. No. You're not here to fill in any gaps. You're not here to fill in any gaps and be something and be all these ridiculous things that you aren't doing for yourself. So, you know, it gets under a lot of females' craw when a guy say, because a lot of guys, especially like if you look at Abba and Preach, like Abba has a dry delivery to how he say things. And that gets women mad. We can't criticize them at all. Be it constructively, no way at all. We can't, bros. We can't. We can't be like, you know what? I have to be honest and say this and this and that and that and this and say it in a respectful manner. Like, you know what? I keep myself a certain way and no disrespect to you or anything. You can't be like that. You can't even say that. Because, you know, all they seeing is rejection. But they want us always to shoot the first shot, right? They always want us to shoot the first shot. And you know what that's for. And I agree with people who say this. You know what that's for, right? Yeah, she is annoying though, but when you're right, you're right. Okay? She is annoying as fuck. But the thing is, this is why they will never approach us, even though they want us. This is a woman. You want to know what it is? You want to know how a woman shoot her shot? All right, give me 1 second. This is the camera. The camera is the guy. Okay? And I'm going to come in. I'm going to tell you how a lot of women I know shoot their shot when it comes to trying to court a man. And they wonder why they can't find nobody. This is it right here. Pretend that the camera is the guy. And I'm going to pretend like I'm the female. Man, fuck that nigga. And that's how they shoot their shot. I kid you not. They just think you're supposed to just see them across the room and just I mean seriously, you're supposed to just be like, fuck is her problem? Me? You looking at me? You want to talk to me? Come on, come here. It's definitely, I don't fucking know, man. It's the truth. This is how a lot of them are. This is them. You know why? Because they've been raised with this whole mentality that they got vagina, and that's all they have to do is just look presentable, and guys will come at them because that's all we want from them. And I ain't saying this like, oh my God, men are terrible, weak, terrible. No. This is me showing this is how a lot of them think. And a lot of them don't even trust what they want. And a lot of them don't want to be rejected. So they want you. It's like Abba was absolutely correct. They want you to put your pride out there. They want you to be the one to be like, take a chance. And then they reject you. But they don't know how, they don't want to take that chance. And we hear all this bullshit about equality and stuff. Oh, equality is selective as hell. You know, they want the opportunity to make more, to make as much money. They want an opportunity to do this. They want an opportunity to do that. When it's given to them, they don't want the, and they take advantage of it. They don't like the consequences that come with that. You know, look at this whole thing now with alimony. And now they trying to give it a district. When men get the alimony in the divorce, guess what? Now they trying to make the word sound bad. It's called manimony. What the fuck? You see how they put man in front of the imony part, and they try to make alimony sound bad. But when they're benefiting from it and the shoes on the other foot, and the man is the predominant breadwinner, oh, it's just fine. This is the thing. You can't have selective equality and selective feminism. It just can't exist. Draw a line in the sand and stand on that side, and you stay there. Or just shut the fuck up. You see, I see women from all colors from the early 1956. It must have been a good time for men. Yeah, it was. And then you got a couple of women who were being mistreated by a lot of the men back then. And then they found the echo chamber. And I ain't saying that they wrong for doing this, but back in that time, there were a group of women for the longest time that just got tired of being mistreated. And then they got together, rightfully so, and started the feminist movement, which is nothing wrong with that, which brought some equality and some fairness to the table, because a lot of dudes back then, oh my God, there was a few that were. But then what they did is destroy the black nuclear family, because black women, they got to them like, hey, your man's gonna do this to you. Your men ain't this, that, and the fourth. And a lot of black women start taking their word. And next thing you know, black families, because there was a lot of black families with both parents and grew up all together and stuff. But a lot of them, a lot of those feminists got in their ear. I'm not. You can look it up yourself and see. I'm not even making up conspiracy theories. Yeah, this is yeah. You're right. Today is Satanism. So a lot of the feminists got in the black women's ear, and next thing you know, everything just went to shit for the black families. You know, that's what happened. And where we at now? And then you start now flash forward to the 1970s and the 80s, and you're hearing a lot of these women, well, my daddy wasn't around. I can raise a child by myself and stuff. So if you the person reporting this is asking the black female, if you don't like if you don't want to raise a child by yourself, why are you having unprotected sex with these men who don't want to be fathers? Oh, a condom. A condom. Oh, that's women take that as disrespect. You trying to say they're dirty if you want to wear a condom. This is what the guy said when they interviewed him. Meanwhile, from that time, the 1970s to now, 20 plus million aborted black children. Thank you, Margaret Sanger. She knew just what she was doing. Look that up too. Look up Margaret Sanger, and you know just what I'm talking about. I'm not even joking about this stuff. Yeah, yeah. I'm glad you brought that up, Chris, about that woman. And she's not the only one who thinks like this. Let me look it up. I'm glad you guys are bringing up stuff. I'm glad somebody watches my videos. I can't grow my channel to save my life. You know why? Because I don't make friendly videos. Be like, what's up, gamers? Dreamcast guy here. I don't do that shit. Okay. But black women love thugs. That's what's going on. They love thugs. I can. Yep, let me see if I can find it. Woman rants about, black woman rants about liking street guy. Let's see if I can find it. Give me a second. I kid you not. It's a common thing. She's like, I don't want to talk about him, talk about feelings. I want to know about my feelings. Oh, he got a gun in his hip. Ooh, can he gonna protect me? Yeah, I don't pander. Just listen to this dumb shit here. Let me see if I can find part of this.
Good niggas, like, y'all really need to stop that because at the end of the day, every bitch preference ain't to have the fucking preppy, fucking bookworm ass nigga.
Yeah, she said that. Now, let me see if they get to.
Every girl don't want that shit. I know I don't. I love me a fucking hood ass nigga. Like, oh my gosh, babe, I feel special. He just took me to his trap. Like,
He just took her to his trap. Okay,
I
it gets
like that type of shit. The fuck, like, I don't want no fucking yes man. The fuck, like, I love when I see a nigga Glock on his fucking hip. Like, oh my god, I be like, ooh, he can protect me. Like,
Yes, you heard that. She called a regular, everyday guy who's not a hood nigga a preppy. She called him a preppy, and she said she likes seeing the Glock on his waist, and she's like, ooh, he can protect me. Yes. Yes. They love ass speeders and hood dudes that don't stay around. And then when the preppy, like myself, calls her out for her dumb decision making, that's when they get mad at us and make videos about like that. They say shit like this. That's a stab at the black men who have criticized her for being a dumb bitch. I'm sorry. That's what I'm gonna call it what it is. There's one female that I rocks with normally on here, the antisocial socialite. And I like what she said, and it stuck with me. A lot of black women are the victims of their own bad decision making. Women in general, but I'm talking about my women. God damn, they take the cake on that. Oh no. We'll see. And then she's gonna be online crying about that. Niggas ain't shit. She gonna be saying stuff like that. She's gonna be saying things like that. No. And I'm gonna correct her like, no, boo boo. Your choice in men ain't shit. Okay? Nobody told you to do that, but oh, he got a Glock on his waist. Oh, he can protect me. Let me see what else she says.
He can protect me, period. Like, the fuck? I don't want no fucking, hey, baby, let's talk about it. Let's work it out. I'll bring you flowers. No, I want me a nigga to be like, hey, shut your ass up now. Do you still want something from the store? Hell yeah, I want something from the store, nigga. Like, I love you.
You see that? And you wonder why dudes are just running through them, just running through them. They don't want, this is what they want. But they don't want the repercussions. They want all that shit that she says she don't like. She want a nigga like Future to do that. She'd take a nigga like Future or a hood dude with the Glock on his waist, no smile on his face, Glock on my waist. Nobody ever said nothing to me. She want one of those type of dudes to become a gentleman and a thug. Yes, I've heard a Latina say that. I want a thug that's a gentleman also. I'm not making this up. She said that. I want a thug that's also a gentleman. I'm like, I just wanted to, I gave her that, what's that look that they used to do on Family Guy when somebody does something really cringe, you see them. I gave her that, I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Oh, man. You can't make this shit up. Let's see if she's saying anything else stupid.
I'm saying, like, I love you. You know, I don't want no.
Oh, yeah, let me finish talking about that. She responds positively to toxicity, which is another common thing. I'm doing good, Zone X. Haven't seen you in a long time.
Ass nigga, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that preppy niggas is weak, but shit, that's what I prefer.
Okay, the woman in the video just proved the points of many people who put out content on social media, especially.
Yep, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Like, they love that shit. They respond positive to negativity. And respond negative to positivity. Ooh, you weak. You into that kind of stuff? You into this and that and stuff and want to talk about it? Then next thing you know, when he's emotionally unavailable, you wonder why. But that turns her on more because it's a challenge. It's a challenge. It's like a challenge is getting your fucking fat ass on a goddamn treadmill and doing something about your damn overweight, your obesity. And you know what? To be honest with you, I met a Dominican female who was as toxic as any other black female. I met one. She wasn't ghetto in her language, but her toxicity when it comes to choice of men, she wanted that right there. She wanted me to be that type of person. The last girl I was dating, she wanted me to be that type of person, y'all. And I was like, yo, I'm not putting hands on you. I'm not getting roughing you up. I'm not doing that. She's like, I'm not going to say anything or anything, but that makes me feel excited. I'm like, bitch, you 42 years old. Grow the fuck up. Seriously. She thought she was going to get thugged down. She was going to get dicked down by a thug ass nigga. She got dicked down, but I ain't no thug nigga. See, that's the thing. That's what they want. You show her, yeah. That's crazy. You a woman up there, 2 children, mother of 2, in your 40s, and you can't let go of your affinity for thugs. I never went through a hood rat phase. Oh, I've had sex with a few of them, but never been like, oh, this is my boo. We, after that and stuff, we see each other. Hey, what's up? What's up? Oh, it's been a while. She's like, you doing anything today? I was like, no, I ain't doing nothing. Yo, come on. And then you don't see her for a long time after that. You just keep it moving. But as for wifing, no, that's the difference. A lot of these women like to get booed up by hood dudes. They really do. Look at the whole campaign that Ciara went on. She's married to Russell Wilson now. And I have no problems with Russell Wilson at all. He's a grown-ass man at the end of the day. The problem is, I don't even have a problem with Ciara and Russell Wilson being together. My problem is, it's the way black women receive this. After you done got passed around like the church plate, and you had a baby by Future, knowing that Future got 7 other kids, and then you were messing around with other type of men like that. After all of that, you decide to finally find you a safe Negro. That's my problem. And I think a lot of guys need to start holding females accountable for their actions and stop giving them so many other chances. That's all I'm saying. And you said, oh, he got to be at least 6'4", at least, yeah, all this other stuff. This is what they want. But let me tell you a story. A lot of women talk about this all night long situation. But if you make a female come, it ain't like you watching a porn movie when they're going at it. If you get her to climax, a lot of them don't want to go for round 2. They will go to sleep. I'm not even joking about that. But some of them have unrealistic sex standards. They really do. They want you to be up all night long, do all this stuff to them. But if you get them to come, they will go to sleep. I'm not joking about it. It's happened to me numerous times. A lot of females took all this shit about what you need to do in the bed for them, and a lot of them are one and dones. A lot of them are one and dones. Ah, man, I can't even remember. Let me see. What's the last sister I slept with? We were friends with benefits. And I think the reason why we didn't do anything, she's a good female, but I think the reason, and I'm gonna be honest with you, the reason why we didn't become an item is because I kid you not. Me and his sister, we knew each other since high school. I think she's good people's, but guess why me and her never became an official relationship after all these years of knowing each other? Just take a guess. I want to engage the audience. So just give me your answer to why you think me and her never became a couple, despite us being really cool and being intimate with each other on and off throughout the last 20-something years. Just type it in the comment section. I'll wait. Because I want to engage the audience. Why you think me and this black woman, despite her not being a hood female, AO, no. That would be the go-to answer, but no, it isn't. Anybody else? That's not the answer. Anybody else got an answer? Boom, 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 boom. Let me stop doing that for the DMCA. Try to copyright strike me for using the Jeopardy thing, even though I'm singing it. That's how fucking stupid the whole thing with YouTube is right now. Go ahead, somebody else. No. It was neither one of those. Neither one of those. I'll give you a clue. It's an intimacy issue. That's the clue I'm going to give you guys. It involved intimacy, and it's something that a lot of brothers will go elsewhere for, due to stereotypical reasons. Nobody else? Come on, I know y'all watching. Somebody give me a reason why you think me and. Nope, her cooch was not stinky. Her cooch was not stinky at all. It wasn't that. Nobody else gonna guess besides AO. Come on, y'all. I thought y'all cared. Reason why me and her, it's right on you're close. It ain't that she had this bad smelling cooch, because I wouldn't have come back and been in that for 20-something years on and off. Okay, it ain't that. It's sexual related. Sexual related. I'll give you I'm gonna say one name, and I'm gonna give you a clue with it. I'm gonna just say Tiana Trump. Let me just say that. Since nobody wants to guess, I'm gonna just say Tiana Trump. And you should have the answer for that, AO. Oh. Nope. All right, I'll just outright say it. I'm gonna just outright say it. She doesn't suck dick. Have a good night, people. I am not making this up. It is 2020, and I still have to deal with that shit. I'll be right back. Oh, man. All right, I had to re-up on the alcohol. Oh, yeah. Yep. Deal breaker. Fucking deal breaker. I might not. Oh, that sound like, Ayo, that's, you said you left because you wanted to do position all the time? One position? That's why, that was the problem I had with the Dominican girl I just was dating months ago. One position all the time. You know what she said to me? She's like, your pinga too big. Your pinga too big. You know, it's pain when you go from doggy, and I know you like do it, but it's pain. It's pain. I kid you not, that's exactly how it's pain. And I can't get on top because it's pain too. I'm like, fuck! Like, you, like, seriously. So we were stuck doing missionary position. And my mom wasn't into just doing missionary position. Every position caused her pain. I'm not even joking about this. Oh my God. You was like devout Mormons? Yeah. Did y'all look each other in the eye? Like repeatedly and okay. Yeah, I kid you not, Chris. She said, it's pain. Your pinga too big, okay? I was like, nobody told you to have a chocha so small. And stuff. Well, I was like, you know what, constellation prize? If it's this tight and small, that means you wasn't getting ran through by the block. You have questionable choices and what type of guy. You thought you was getting a stereotypical nigga. No, you weren't. You know I'm an EMT. You know I do this for a living. You know that. But like I said, they want good dudes to act like thugs, or they want thugs to act like good dudes. The fuck? Can't make this shit up. You can't. You really can't. Yeah, like you can't. We can't win. We can't win. Either you're too big or you're too small. You know? These women be talking so much game as if they like they Vanessa Vega and they can take it in two holes at the same time. You know who Vanessa Vega is, right? She's the I believe the Hispanic porn actress with the tattoos. She's always getting DP'd and gangbanged, and she squirts. Yeah, after I heard about how those videos, I'm like, please don't, just come, don't even try to discharge anything, cause you better not put no pee on me. I'll slap the shit out of you. Okay, so the second big up I'm gonna big up to is Edmonds Oast. Edmonds Oast Brewing from Charleston, South Carolina. This is a sour apple, and I think they do peach also. I already had the Interboro L, which I always drink. You already know, gin and tonic. Yeah, I'm gonna see. About to add this Edmonds Oast. All right. Don't mind me if I get a little buzzed. You said thoughts on marriage, Zonex? At this point, I feel marriage is like college. No, I've felt like this for years. Marriage is like college. It's not for everyone. I mean, I'm not one of those people like, oh my God, I need to get married. I've went through the stance like, you know what? I would love the idea, but then I started realizing just how fucked up our judicial system is when it comes to benefiting women, which is a red flag on its own. And then I also realized a lot of women know they can do a lot of things and say a lot of accusations, and and you can just be fucked and your career never be the same. You know, I recently had some female make up a lie about me at work just because she didn't want to work with me because it didn't fit her schedule for school. Oh my God, I just was talking about you. Hey, antisocial socialite. I had to let my subscribers know the expression that you said has stuck with me. Being the victim of your own bad decision making. I love it. You know, I get credit where credit's due. Everybody, this is antisocial socialite. She's from over in the UK. She's good peoples and stuff. You know, on my channel, this ain't no channel just for men. You know, I don't do a channel like that. I do a lot of gaming related stuff. I used to do, but I get into gaming in a moment. Cause, whoo, boy, man, this year is gonna blow for gaming. General. I've been let down by Nintendo's Direct. I've been let down by Sony's Direct. And that bullshit they did with Final Fantasy V. I'm gonna talk about that. I mean, Final Fantasy VII for the PS5 version. And Nintendo when it comes to ports. Oh, I got some shit. I got some shit to say about Nintendo and Sony. And I feel Microsoft is gonna fuck me up too later on. All three of them. I'm just waiting to be just perpetually disappointed. And I have to agree with Review Tech USA. I think these systems should have been released sometime this year. Because apparently everybody ain't gonna be able to get their hands on them regularly until maybe summer of 2021 this year. So you telling me they couldn't have went longer? Most of the games that they're getting right now are third-party games which you can still find on PS4 and the Xbox One. So why put them out? And the fucking scalpers, man. Yeah, the scalpers. Oh my God. Those bots can buy consoles at 4 to 5 times the speed of humans. And then on top of that, a lot of retail stores aren't selling them. You have to order them and then pick it up at the store. And the scalpers are intercepting a lot of these pickups. They are. They get it in the store and then the scalpers be like, all right, we're going to pick up a couple of them. First off, regulate how many being sold to a customer. Like, seriously, but the bots can get past that. That's the problem. The bots can get past that and buy multiple accounts because how the bots work up. Put up 5 accounts and boom, you can buy like that. You know? And you're right. You are right, absolute. So this is what the bots can do. They can buy that many. This is what and this is the problem. Walmart's not selling them in stores like that for you could just walk in and retail. Target, you have to order them. They don't sell them in, you have to order. And this is right there in the hands of the scalpers. This is the problem. Right there in the hands of scalpers. This is why we have the issue we having now. This is why we having the issue we having right now with a lot of this. And they don't have enough parts. And then when you do have enough, when you do get some in store, it's all done. It's all intercepted. Oh shit. Oh, this is pretty good. Sour apple. They're not joking. So let me get into why I'm disappointed with Nintendo. I've been disappointed with Nintendo. Let's keep it honest here. Nintendo has a history of robbing things out of their market. They pull things from the stores. Like, look what they're doing with Super Mario 35. At the end of March, you will not be able to get it on digital or physical because they're going to end up pulling this package and then they're going to re-release these games down the line and sell them for a ridiculous amount of money, like full retail. Like Skyward Sword. Isn't Skyward Sword a Wii game? Did you see the Switch version? It don't look that much different. But they're going to charge you $60 for that. Yes, they're going to charge you $60 for that. Nintendo inflates the values of their own games by making the games limited. So when they re-release it, it holds its value because it's very hard to find. You starve the market. Nintendo does this all the time. Nintendo's a terrible fucking company. They've been one for years. You know what they did, right, in the 80s, right? Y'all heard about what they did with the retailers, right? I'm gonna get to Final Fantasy VII Remake in a moment. But you know what Nintendo did with the in the 80s, right? Anybody like KB Toys, Caldor, any of the retailers that used to exist, KB is no longer around. Caldor is no longer around. Bradley's is no longer around. They used to do this thing where Nintendo said, look, if you sell a Sega Master System or anything Sega related, we will stop sending you our supplies. You will not be able to sell Nintendo supplies in our store if you sell our competitors. Why do you think the Sega Master System? This thing here, if I can find it, where's my Master System? Somewhere in here. My first ever console I ever owned. Why you think this thing here, Sega Master System, 8-bit, more powerful than the NES, never got the support here in America that it should have, is because Nintendo strong-armed the market. And you can look that up. You can take that to the goddamn bank. I'm not even making that up. It's dead, it's facts. Nintendo did that. And then the amount of money they used to charge a lot of developers to put the Nintendo seal of quality on their games. Nintendo never had a good relationship with third-party games. Hence the reason why the Wii third-party support dried up and we had nothing but shovelware on the Wii, even though the Wii sold 250-something million consoles. It was a glorified paperweight. The GameCube, Nintendo always got to go against the grain. And you know how they fucked us over? Because you want to know something? This thing here, one of my favorite Nintendo consoles ever. One of my favorite Nintendo consoles ever was released twice. You know why it was released twice? Because the next console that came out that I just mentioned was basically an overclocked version of this. Not making it up. Not making it up. The Wii. Now, why do you think the Wii can play GameCube games? It had 4 controllers, the controller port, the memory card slot. It was all of that. Nintendo started regurgitating right back then. when the Wii came out, that's when Nintendo stopped getting innovative. They started relying on gimmicks. This is my problem with them. You can contest me if you want. You can tell me no, that's not true. But yes. Let me see if I can find. Where is it at? You think I'm making this up? You think I'm trying to add to the story? Check it out. Oh shit. You think I'm trying to make this up? This is a Nintendo GameCube. What you just seen right here is the Game Boy Advance player. This was one of the last dope systems that they made when it came to being fan friendly. You was able to play Game Boy Advance games through here. You put the cartridge here, then you put a disc up here, and they ran it through there, and you could play it on TV. Awesome. Or you could take the Game Boy Advance, run a cable into the controller port, and transport your child creatures from Sonic Advance and other games. You could do that. But look, this is on 2 controller ports and the 4 slot on the GameCube. Now, this is the original. This is the original Wii. What do you see here? No emulation needed. Right out the box. Straight up backwards compatible because it was nothing but an overclocked GameCube. That's what it was. See? Overclocked GameCube. They sold us the same console twice and put motion controls to it. That's all they did. That's what the Wii was. And it took off because the casual gamers don't stick around for a long time. They don't. The casual gamers will not stick around for a long time, but I can tell you, they made an impact on that. Why you think the Wii U, when that came out, that bombed hard? Nintendo was losing third-party support after the Wii sold abysmally. The old third-party games sold terribly. This was the problem with Nintendo. They don't understand with the Wii. Wii was very successful, but it was not very successful for third-party developers. Because, let's see if I can find it. Where is it? Where you at? Where you at? Okay. We had a lot of games on there, and their versions were not, their third-party versions on the Wii were not holding up in comparison to the Xbox 360 versions and the PlayStation 3 versions. They were not holding up to that. And a lot of people were like, you really want me to play Call of Duty 3 on the Wii with those inferior graphics and those motion controls that take me out of the game and don't make it fun, compared to playing a graphically superior version, which is easier to control. And this is what happened. This was the end of the third-party support for a while with the Wii. And then the Wii U, excuse me, I'm burping from the brew. Okay. That was the end of that support. And then let's move into what happened with Wii U. Good system. I love my Wii U. Got Bayonetta 2. Had a few games on there I like. Had hits. I got them, as you can see down here. You can't because the camera can't block them. I bought a couple of them. I got Bayonetta 2, Captain Toad, Donkey Kong, Tropical Freeze, which they re-released on the Switch for a lot more money than what it's worth. That's why I went back and started buying the Wii U versions. And I bought this for the Wii U version because I'd be damned if where's it at? I wasn't going to be paying those $60 for a version that didn't look no different. I bought this version of it. People are like, but it looks better on the Switch. I'm like, I'm not going to be sitting somewhere playing Breath of the Wild on a Switch, sitting under the tree, listening to music from Zelda playing. No, I'm not going to do that. That's for kids. Okay, and I'm not saying the Wii is the Switch is for kids. I'm saying that whole portable sales point. No, so the Switch started getting ports from the Wii U when it came to first party, and they were selling for like damn near the full retail. Let me see. Do I have that Super Mario 3D World? Let's see. Yeah, I do. Oh shit! How you know? I have it. Yeah, I started doing that when I started seeing what they were doing. They were porting them over to the Switch and selling them for full retail again. I'm like, no, fuck that. I go buy it used. That's when I really started getting sour. Let me show you all the first party games that they re-released on the Switch. That they released on the Switch that were available on the Wii U. I'm gonna show you all the games. Give me a second. I'm gonna show you all the ones they released that also came out on the that came out on the Switch. You can even see, I'm gonna show you all of them, and it gets bad. Look, came out on the Switch. Bayonetta 2 came out on the Switch. Captain Toad came out on the Switch. Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze came out on the Switch. Hyrule Warriors came out on the Switch. Breath of the Wild came out on the Switch. Mario Kart 8 came out on the Switch. New Super Mario Bros. U came out on the Switch. Super Mario 3D World came out on the Switch. Super Mario Maker 1 came out on the Switch. Tokyo Mirage Sessions came out on the Switch. You get this? You get what I'm talking about? Oh, and you can even say Super Smash Bros. For Wii U to a degree. They updated it a little bit, but even that. And that's when I started realizing, yo, F this. I'm not buying it. No. That's when I started, the Switch started souring on me a lot. But that's Nintendo's story, and I'm pissed at them because Nintendo's just been doing this shit for years, and people finally realizing. I'm like, oh, it took the pandemic for you being home a lot of the times for you to pay attention to what Nintendo's been doing. It's been robbing people blind for years. But while I'm at Sony, what y'all was talking about earlier, Final Fantasy VII Remake, how the fuck do you release part 1 of Final Fantasy VII Remake on the PlayStation 4, which has an install base of 110 consoles, 110 million consoles, around that range? You have a high install base, and then you telling me if I get the PlayStation 5 version, that's the only version I can get the Yuffie content on. Really? What about all those people, those millions of people who bought it for PlayStation 4? You telling them, oh, if you want to get the extra Yuffie content that's exclusive to PlayStation 5, you gotta buy your PlayStation 5. And the last time I checked, we're having a shortage and the scalpers keep getting them. Boop, boop, boop. That's what you're telling them. So understand why I'm pissed off at that. And I'm not even a Final Fantasy 7 fan. It's just, ethically, it's just fucked up. And I looked at the differences of Final Fantasy 7, the PS5 versus the PS4 version. It don't look that better. It has more fog effect, which fog can be used to hide a lot of imperfections. It don't look that better. It runs at a faster frame rate. I give it that. It runs at a steady 60, but it don't look that much better. It really don't. But the fact that it's free, the upgrade of the standard Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 1 is free, that's a good gesture. That's a good gesture. I'll give them that. Now, they could have given the PS4 people the Yuffie content, but now you're trying to give them incentive to buy a PlayStation 5 and they not readily available because there's not enough parts. If you knew it wasn't going to be enough parts, neither that or the Xbox Series X should have been released until a couple months from now, when they're supposed to be readily available. The shortage supposed to end in the middle of this year. I'm not holding my breath on that, but that's what they're saying. When you saw that this pandemic was coming and you knew due to the pandemic and the work reduction dropping, the work production dropping down, you should have held off on these. But you wanted to put them out there so much that we got a lot of defective out there. You done got these scalpers going because they don't give a fuck that the scalpers are gonna keep selling, keep getting in the way. All Microsoft and Sony care about is how good their numbers look. You know? That's all they care about is how good their numbers look. They don't care about nothing else. Because if they did care about customer satisfaction when it came to getting consoles in the hands of people who really want to use them, guess what? They would be like, hey, Target, Walmart, we got to sell some in the store. We having a lot of complaints about the scalping issues out of control. We need people aren't getting their hands on consoles. And you're going to sit there and you're going to insult my fucking intelligence as a scalper. You're going to sit there and insult my intelligence and tell me that you're going to buy a PlayStation. You want me to buy a PlayStation 5 for you for $1,000 or $1,500, knowing that it's a retail, that it retails for $400, which you paid. Now you want to make that much more money off of me, and then you want to tell me these things are hard to find. No shit, motherfucker. You the reason why they hard to find. This is the shit. This is why I don't like scalpers. I don't like these console scalpers. Don't say you giving us something that's hard to find. Motherfucker, you're the reason why. And me, the collector in me, I give a fuck about both of them, but I refuse to be paying money that I don't have to pay for any console. I don't give a fuck if it's a PlayStation 5 or an Xbox Series. I'm going to get both of them, but I get them when the money, when it's right, when the timing's right, when that meaning that it's back in stores and I'm not paying scalper prices. But there's nothing on there right now for me. It's no reason, game-wise, there's no reason for me to rush. It's just the principle that people who do want it right now, who can get it right now, they can't get their hands on it because of scalpers and because the companies that put these out don't want to do anything about that. That's my problem. And I see what you and Zone X are talking about, Chris, about this whole thing with Final Fantasy, portions of a game. But this is the excuse a lot of people have been making. Oh, it's a lot bigger in scope and scale and the graphics are more advanced. This is why it's in certain parts. It's just this one part is as big as this part of the game and stuff. And I'm like, I don't want to hear that shit. Red Dead Redemption released the whole goddamn game. Red Dead Redemption 2 released the whole goddamn thing. Oh yeah, I just remembered. That game's on Game Pass. I gotta give it a try. Why do you think I'm not in a rush right now to get? It's just the principle of what the scalpers have been doing. But I can enjoy a lot of games from my PlayStation 4 Pro, which is right over there near my TV, and my Xbox One X. I can enjoy a lot of those games right now. The thing is, the principle is just what got me fucked up. What's up? Yeah, but imagine paying $60 for part one, and then we don't know when part two's coming out. But then we've been told that now part one has another reason for you to get a play. Now you want to get a PlayStation 5, you get a free upgrade to part one. But now the Yuffie is exclusive. The Yuffie content is exclusive to PlayStation 5. How anybody supposed to feel about this? Yeah, and you're right. It is. The Hitman is a huge game. Huge. And it's still a complete game. You know why this bullshit happened? Because Square Enix has been messing. They fucked up the production of Final Fantasy Remake by having to scrap it and start it all over again. I'm telling you, that's what happened. Originally, it was supposed to have been. I think it was supposed to have been more. I know it got active time. It got ATB in it and stuff, and it has a lot of hack and slash to it. But it was supposed to be mostly that. But they incorporated the battle system in it from active time battle in there, and they had to rechange the battle system to appease all fan bases of Final Fantasy. Which means they wanted to get the game out as soon as possible, and then it ended up splitting into these different parts, which is bullshit. And you said you're not doing Resident Evil Village? Yeah, thank you. I was about to get into Resident Evil. I'm going to tell you why I like, because I did a video about this, and I already talked about how the perspective changed. The remake perspective of 2 and 3 changed the game and how it was made. But I'm going to tell you why I like both Resident Evil 2s and both Resident Evil 3s. From a gameplay standpoint, when you want to play a Resident Evil game, classic Resident Evil 2 and 3 are where it's at. Okay? But when you want to, but for those who want a cinematic feel to the Resident Evil story, Resident Evil 2 and 3 Remake have a very cinematic feel. And I kid you not, I sit here days in and days out. In the background, I'm watching Bulk Pursuit or I'm watching Carcinogen SDA do these speed runs of Resident Evil 2 and 3 remakes. And I'm like, yo, it's like me watching a movie. Because first of all, somebody else is playing, and second of all, they that good that when you see them going through this game, it's like Leon and Claire made it out of there. They don't get hit, they don't get bit, they don't take any damage. Well, Carcinogen SDA, he plays Resident Evil 2 and 3 to damn near perfection, where I can believe that Leon made it out of Raccoon City without getting infected because he's that fucking good. Look him up. Look up Carcinogen SDA and see his gameplay strategies on it. He play on Inferno mode. He plays on a couple of them. And that's from an entertainment standpoint, Resident Evil, my cousin used to be like that. My cousin was like, yo, Resident Evil, I enjoy watching you play it, but I'm scared as fuck. But me and him beat the original Resident Evil. And the version that we beat was this one. We beat this Resident Evil for the Sega Saturn. This version has no automatic aim in it. This was a disc that my friend gave me. So I had to order this case because he only had the disc. This is a rare game. If I had the original jewel case in a book, this would be worth a lot more than what it's worth. Me and him beat the Sega Saturn version, which is very rare and very difficult. No auto aim in this one. And because the Sega Saturn wasn't a predominantly 3D machine, the graphics, they had to redo them in a specific way and stuff, so it doesn't look the prettiest. but it was difficult. And I was at a point, back in the day, I used to be mad good in that game. I got older and life got in the way. I'm not the gamer I used to be, and I admit that, and I'm fine with it. But I love games, though, still. So, going back to what I was saying about Carcinogen, I'm like, yo, watching those games play, watching the remakes play, I'm like, yo, this is, like, I love it. But if I would say, as from a gameplay standpoint, yeah, here it is. Got it right here. The Sega Saturn version. I mean, the Dreamcast version. And you got Leon the Clear disc in here. I was such a big fan of Resident Evil back in the day. Let me show you how big of a fan I used to be back in the day of Resident Evil. So much to the fact that I had a Japanese Dreamcast, which I still have. And I ended up buying just this one again, Biohazard 2, the Japanese version, because it came with this. Not only it came with not just the Leon and standard clear disc, it came with a demo to this game that was new. It came with a demo to Code Veronica on this disc right here, Value Plus. And look how the Japanese disc work was for that. Look how that solid color, looked high quality, had full on drawing. Yo, back in the day, Japan, they disc game and their content was up. Look at the comparison of how the case is. And yes, I still have it. And it came with this little book in here. I bought this from over in Chinatown. I used to go to Chinatown, New York all the time when import gaming was the shit in the 90s, man. Because you know, Dreamcast is a 90s console. And even this I got from over there. Check it out. Even this was out for Japanese Dreamcast. See that? And look how the disc look for it. You got like the PC version. You got like a Microsoft CE port of this for Japan only, GD-ROM. But yep. Code Veronica stands as one of the most difficult. It goes down as one of the most difficult Resident Evil games to date. A lot of people, and I've seen Carcinogen also do. He did a no damage run through of Code Veronica. I'm telling you, Carcinogen. If you want to watch gameplay footage, especially playing Resident Evil 2 and 3 remakes, like I said, and he sits there and he tells you strategies on how to beat the game. And he say, watch my videos first, so you can get a full gist of it and how to load ammo and what to do and how enemies, he know how they aggro. He tells you the difference. He was like, look, in Inferno mode, the zombies will lunge at you twice and you have to do certain things. Listen to Carsey and he'll tell you some shit. Okay? I think they're gonna remake it. Well, fans are already remaking it. Now, watch when this fan is working on this big project of Dino Crisis remake. Now, if it gets the Capcom's attention and they put a cease and desist out, that means it's coming out. Right now, they haven't put a cease and desist out yet. They put a cease and desist out years ago when Resident Evil 2 fan remake was coming out. When somebody did it and the over the shoulder view, I forgot the guy's name. He did his version, and that company, they got a cease and desist, and then they did Daymare. The same company that did Daymare 98 did Resident Evil 2 remake, and Capcom gave them a cease and desist, but Capcom said, come in here and be a consultant to the Resident Evil 2 remake, because we doing that remake. It's our property, but we really like what you did. We really like to see if you have any insight to help us. Oh, not Nintendo's ass. Nintendo be like, oh, cease and desist. Or you using the Slippy mod to play Super Smash Brothers Melee online? Cease and desist. Fucking Nintendo. Rod Lima. Fan, that one. Rod Lima was the first one I saw. But Rod Lima's Resident Evil 2 remake proved a point that I said in a video I did years ago. That over the shoulder Resident Evil 2 done in the same style as the OG Resident Evil would be easy. If you can tactically aim and shoot somebody in their parts and shoot them in the head, shoot a zombie in his head, and zombies die of one blast to the head, the game will be too easy if you can pinpoint shoot. Why you think the over-the-shoulder Resident Evil remake now had to make the zombies bullet sponges? Because absolutely, it would have been too easy. And I called that, and I called it that they was going to make it more difficult. If I could find that video, I think I actually said that in the old video I made on my channel about Resident Evil. But yeah, let me see. Do I have it? I don't have Resident Evil 3. I only have it digital for my PlayStation 4. It's on my hard drive. But yeah. I got something. You know, I paid $20 for the game and I only played it for 10 minutes. I can't. I tried. People were telling me I was being too difficult. I was being too hard on this game. I tried, y'all. I can't. But here I go. I got this one, a physical copy, of course. You know, I forgot. Somebody told me in my comment section that Nick Apostolidis and Stephanie Panicello sounded terrible as Leon and Claire. And I was like, dude, we cool, but I'm sorry. I can't agree on you with that one. I think Nick Apostolidis as Leon in the remake and Stephanie Panicello as Claire did a great job. They really did. Leon sounded like a rookie cop. And yo, Nick played that good. Now I'm so interested in the point of seeing how Nick will play RE4 Leon when that remake comes out, because that's the rumor that's coming next. That I think Nick Apostolidis might just do a really good job if he was given a chance to play Leon in the RE4 remake. But I like Matt Mercer though. But now that they're doing a remake and that's the canon, that canon is legit because Resident Evil 1, 2, and 3 remakes are all basically following one another. I think also, speaking of that, Nicole Tompkins as the voice of Jill in the remake, she did a great job too. Yeah, well, they cut out a lot of stuff in the Resident Evil 2, and a lot of people complained about that, but like I said in my video about perspectives and how the over-the-shoulder perspective changed things, crows could not be in a... Crows, giant moth, spiders, a giant spider just wouldn't fit in that. You see how they had to change the alligator, right? For you to be afraid of an alligator and keep the alligator suspenseful, they had to make it where Leon is running towards the camera and you had to dodge the gator, because the way the over the shoulder is, it's no sense of horror. You could just turn around and when you running from the gator, all they see is over the shoulder like this. All they see that. They don't see the gator, they don't see nothing. They had to change a lot of things, a lot of enemy layouts and style in the game. And the only way the spiders could have stayed in the remake would have been if they made them like the Drain Demos and the RE3 made them smaller. Because otherwise, now the Hunter, you see how the Hunter's translated into Resident Evil 3 remake. The Hunter betas, Hunter gammas, betas and gammas made it in. They changed both of them. You see how the Hunters made it into the game because the Hunters stay in front of you and attack. They can stay in front of you, attack you, and they move and stuff. And they fast moving. Whereas a gator, In a tight situation, they not that fast moving. The spiders you can dodge around. See, the lickers were dangerous in Resident Evil 2 remake. And in 3, they put them in 3 remake. The lickers, if you now you can dodge them and stay around them, and you can move around them if you move and you like, and you move carefully, even though they might smell you. And you know what's so creepy about Resident Evil 2 and 3 remake when encountering the lickers? They make you panic certain parts because even though they make this noise just to fucking scare you. Say you around one and it's like, ah! That's because they smell you, but they're not gonna attack you. But some people, they counting on you as the gamer to get nervous and run so they can attack you and aggro them because they can hear you. That's crazy. That's like a nice little touch. It's like little touches that they actually put into these games. And I know they don't have the content that the old ones had, but let's talk about timeline. The timeline is different in Resident Evil 3 remake compared to the old one. We saw Resident Evil 3, the original 1999 one. Jill escapes from an apartment building and she is stuck in this place with Dario for days. She's stuck in there for days. In this version, no. Nemesis is after her from the gate. There's no time to be stuck around. And Nemesis would have tracked her down and killed her a long time ago. This game moves at an accelerated pace. This is like a situation. We got to get the fuck out of this city. This ain't no place to be, no time to be exploring the fucking clock tower. We need to get out of this city. And the only thing that stopped them from getting out this city constantly was Nemesis. And this one, even though he wasn't random like he was in the old Resident Evil 3. Because that would have been an AI issue too with the enemy AI. That Nemesis is constantly following you. Like constantly. That would have been an AI issue. The way the AI work, there's tether ranges. Yes, carcinogen taught me about tether ranges. This is the science of it. It's a tether range. Let's say we got an enemy over here. We got an enemy right there. And his range of, like all the way over there, his range is about right here where he will come. If you run out of his range, that zombie will turn around and go back to his tethering point. That's limited AI. Whereas Nemesis is a stalker. They will not just give him a tether range just to be in one room. This is all real-time loading. This is what I want to explain to people. There's no go through a door and it's like, dun, 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 and it opens. And then it loads into the next room. That's because of graphical limitations. This game is all real-time. There's no way you can stay safe from somebody like Nemesis, who is faster, stronger, and more dangerous than Mr. X in Resident Evil 2, the Tyrant. You could get around him because he don't run. Those footsteps are just fucking intimidating when you hear that. And then when that music come on, fuck everything else. It could be a liquor in that room. But when that shit come on, and you know you gotta walk past the liquor with the flashlight, you gotta walk past them. But when Mr. X is chasing you, you like, fuck that shit. And then the liquor's gonna attack you, or he's gonna kill you. One or the other's gonna fucking kill you. He's gonna either punch the shit out of you, or he go poof, like he did. They gave him the attacks he had in the old Resident Evil 2. So the AI is different. Mr. X is a more stalking enemy that moves slower. You can get away from quicker, but his presence make everything secondary when he's around. Whereas Nemesis, If they wanted to program him to be as random as the old Nemesis was, it would be hard because the old games can load up a new room. I walk into this room, go through that door, it loads up. They can randomly put Nemesis in there. If I go into this room, they can randomly put Nemesis in there. It's random because it's loading and it's a random thing they can do. Whereas the new games, there's just real-time rendering. No go walking through a door is going to save you. Certain rooms they will not come in, but a lot of rooms Mr. X will follow you in. He will follow you in a lot of rooms. Imagine Nemesis with that same type of programming being random. You will not make it out of that game. A lot of people don't understand programming. Hey, what's going on, Surreal Matrix? A lot of people don't understand that programming. It was crazy. That's why it's a difference. I'm not saying one is better than the other. I understand both versions. I understand what back in the day had its benefits. It had its pros and cons with the 98 and 99 versions of Resident Evil 2 and 3. Whereas the new versions got their benefits, their pros and cons. So there's no perfect way. Now, were there things that they could have done better if they had more time? But I feel Resident Evil 3 was, I told people in the video too, be careful what you wish for. I said that if y'all want this game out now, there's going to be some corners cut. There's going to be, and I also told people it's going to be an action-based game. Because last time I checked, Resident Evil 3 Nemesis is a more action-based game than Resident Evil 2. And when it stuck to that format and the remakes, people were like, oh, why is this too much action in this game? The fuck? It's a shorter game than Resident Evil 2. It's the shortest campaign in Resident Evil history. Look that up and you'll see it. Resident Evil 3 1999 version is the shortest Resident Evil. I'm not joking. It is. And then you expect them to put a lot of time and budget into Resident Evil 3 remake? You want to know why they didn't put a lot of budget and time into it? Because Resident Evil 3 might have a cult following with the fans, but sales-wise, it did not do as good as Resident Evil. It did maybe 3.5 lifetime sales million compared to Resident Evil 2 doing about almost 10 million lifetime sales. It wasn't gonna sell. It didn't. No. Let me look it up. Hey Siri, how many lifetime sales copies of Resident Evil 3 Nemesis were sold? How many lifetime sales of Resident Evil 3 Nemesis were sold? I don't have it here. I don't have to look it up myself. All right. Let's see. Let me look it up. Give me a moment. Let's see what it tells me. Three and a half million copies. Resident Evil 3 Nemesis sold 3.5 million copies. Lifetime sales of Resident Evil 3 Nemesis from 99 to now. Now, let's look up Resident Evil 2. They put in 1998 so you can know which one I'm talking about. Oh, damn. I keep getting different numbers. It's so they say about, whew, I don't know. It's different ones. Some say 5 on PlayStation alone is sold 5 million, but combined is sold more. Guess how much the remake of Resident Evil 2 sold? 7.2 million copies that the Resident Evil 2 remake sold. But people got their views on that one. But anyway, y'all. It's been... I know I've been standing for most of the stream. It's a different thing. I just was trying to get... You know, if I sit down too long, it start messing with my back. You know, I ain't as young as I used to be. I gotta stay standing. You know? Are they ready to, you know, to on a patient? Nah. Yeah, that happened. I got attacked by a PCP patient. That's been a long time comeback. Like, PCP has been making a comeback for about 5-6 years now. Here in the Northeast, a lot of PCP has been the drug of choice. I pick up a lot of people who smell that dip on them, and they get violent and they get combative. The police have to step in. I got attacked by one of them about 2 months ago. My knuckle, still, my right knuckle still is a lot bigger than the other one because I cracked somebody in the orbital because he came at me. He hit me. He hit me like with his left. He hit me across the face. I just went, boom. I had to because there was no security there. The cops didn't react fast enough. I had to do it. But, all right, it's been almost 2 hours. The thing is, I would go longer, but I have to get up for work. And I got to be there by 12 in the afternoon. But first, I got to take care of the pooches right here. I don't know if you can see them right here. Hold on a second. As you can see, I got to finish cleaning up the place. They right there on the couch sleep. The dogs are there. So, I'm going to be getting to them in a moment. Yep. And I got a lot of work to do here. I'm redoing my office area right here where I do my stuff at. All this got to go in the trash. All this got to be shredded. All this here and all this other things got to be taken care of. So I have a lot of things I have to do. Oh, you said, did I know that bulletproof coats in real life? Yeah, I know. They would be it's a very heavy material. Petey, come here. Come here. Hey, Pete. Say hi, Pete. Every time that camera come up, he goes shy. Come on. Come on. Come here. Don't go dead weight on me. Come on. Come on. Come on. He don't want me to pick him up. Oh, he did not want me to pick him up. Come on. He's too heavy to pick up. You still be trying to struggle with him. He do not want me to pick him up. Come on, Chip. Come here, boy. Come on. Oh, here he is. Come on. Come here. Come here. Oh, you want to fight with me? You don't want me to pick you up? Come here. Come here, Chipper. Up. Come on. Come on. Come here. Come here. Take my hand. Hey, Chip. To everybody, this is old Chip. He's 11 years old almost. This is Petey's father. He don't usually be on the camera much, but he's 11 almost. I know, buddy. I know. I know. I don't have to worry about him licking me. He don't lick. He'll sniff. Mm-hmm. But yeah, this is him. Right, buddy? Look at that tail going. Oh. All right. I'll put you back down. Move, Petey. Petey, move. All right. See? There we go. And that was... No, he doesn't bite. He's the nicer one. The older one is the nicest one, but he's very protective. And he's very combative against other dogs when it comes to protecting himself, because he's not a big dog. He's about 50 pounds almost. Whereas Petey's about 80-something pounds. Petey's just strong. But Petey don't like being picked up. You see me, he was fighting with me. Like, let me, don't touch me. He go dead weight on you and stuff. Hey, stay there. As you can see, here go both of them. Father, son. Father, son. You can see the size differential right there. This couch is theirs. I don't sit on it no more. It's their couch. It's a cheap couch. It's their couch. I really got my bed over there, which has got all that mess on it, which I gotta get to and take care of. But all of this, you wanna go outside? You wanna go outside? That's what you want? You want outside? You wanna go for a walk? You want some water? What do you want? Stay there. Do not jump over this. Do not jump. Go back. Go back. Go back. Sit down. Good dog. See? You getting belligerent with me? You wanna go outside, right? You wanna go outside? All right, y'all. I gotta go. Because the dogs are like, come on. I'll get you some breath mints. Get down, Pete. Get down. Yeah, I'm gonna go take care of the dogs. I will see you on the next broadcast. As you can see, I have some things to go take care of. Got some cleaning to do, and I got my work clothes on there. As you can see, my EMT pants hanging off of the bed. Here's I gotta renew this in March, my national certification. And if you ever wanted to know who this was, this is my late grandmother. This is my old classmate who passed away. This is my late cousin who died of diabetes. And this is my sister and her husband on their wedding day and stuff. So that's if you ever want to know who this is. This is my grandmother. Oh my God, I can't believe it's been almost 5 years since she's been gone. Man, she would have been, she would have been 91 this year. And August 5th, she would have been 91. I miss her so much. But, man, it's been a long time. And yes, this is one of them old school replicas, not one of the new ones. This one here actually. Look at Petey's face. He got out of Dodge. He's like, nope, I don't want none of that. Get that away from me. I don't know what that is. Yes. So, as you can see, Chip is still like, yo, I got quiet, but I still haven't forgotten. I still want to go outside. Right? You want to go outside? That's what you want to do? Right, boy? What about you, Pete? All right, y'all. It's been good hanging with you guys. The lightsaber will get updated. Oh yeah, speaking of that, as you can see, look, my Sega Genesis stuff. I got Gunstar Heroes, Shinobi 3, Revenge of Shinobi, Last Battle, which is pretty much a edited version of Fist of the North Star, Rolling Thunder 3, Street Fighter 2, Comic Zone, VR Troopers. Man, I remember VR Troopers, the TV series. Sonic 1, X-Men 2, which was superior to X-Men 1. It was more difficult, but yeah. There we go. But yeah, I keep saying I'm gonna go, but yeah, let me go now, y'all. I will check y'all later, y'all. Peace out. Have a good weekend. Y'all might see me on here again. Yeah, comic. Yeah, we're on real quick. Let me show you. Yeah, it is a classic. There we go. And boom. But this right here was one of my favorite Sega Genesis games ever made. Shinobi 3, Return of the Ninja Master. Because they gave him the run mechanic. You can never run in a Shinobi. Now, if you double dash, you run with the sword. And if you hit the attack button just to tell me, he'd jump and do a slash with a slide to it. It was dope. I really liked it. Right, Petey? Right, boy? All right, y'all. For real this time. Good night, y'all. Peace out. We'll check you later. And all right. Okay, man.